Hello and welcome to another Out of Spec Bits episode. You joined me for an experiment. I was going to do it. I figured I'd film it, bring you guys along the way. I'm here at the office right now, which is 71 miles away from the farm. And I've got to commute home to the farm, and I want to use the Polestar 1. Now, I've driven the Polestar 1 once before from here to the house and back, but I used it mostly combustion. It's a plug-in hybrid for those who don't know. This is like a super weird plug-in hybrid. It was Polestar's first car. I'm lucky enough to own this one. I've had it for years, and I want to do kind of like a test to see if I can commute from the office to the house using electric only. Most any plug-in hybrid would not have the range to do this, but this was the longest range plug-in hybrid on sale when it was new. So let me tell you a little bit about it, and let's see if we can get over 70 miles of electric driving on my commute. I think no is going to be the answer, but let's see. Over here we have my old Model S Signature and new Model Y Performance. That's on test from Tesla. They sent us that car. That'll have more videos coming on it very soon. And here is my Polestar 1, the star of today's video. You can see it has exhaust pipes because it's a plug-in hybrid. It uses a 2-liter turbocharged, supercharged 4-cylinder engine up front, basically an XC90 engine. I always think it's funny that it's basically like a sporty XC90. Then it has 3 electric motors. There's an integrated starter generator and ISG on the crankshaft of the combustion engine. Hopefully we won't be using that today. We're going to be using it really as an electric car. Now, my Polestar 1 has a 34 kilowatt hour battery pack. I'm not exactly sure what is usable. I don't know if 34 was gross or usable, but regardless, we'll see what we can get out of it. We'll reset the trip computers and stuff and see if it tells us the nerd data. I don't really drive this car in electric mode long distance. There's my Twizy. Alex is out cruising around. Oh, he's got the windows in on the Twizy. How about that? Alex is also doing a little bit of nature exploring.
There's bamboo all along the tree line right here.
Yeah, we got some bamboo. It's pretty invasive, actually.
Oh yeah, bamboo goes.
Yeah, bamboo can be...
It's also very difficult to get rid of.
It is. Well, looks like the bamboo's sticking around for a while then. All right, so we've got 34 kilowatt hours when new. This car is now, let's think about this, 5 years old. I wonder how much it's lost. I genuinely have no idea. I generally keep it at 25% SOC 99% of the time, which is what Polestar recommends for storage. I've just charged it up to 100% in preparation for our commute today. This car can be cycled. It uses a PHEV sort of power dense cell that's designed to be cycled a bunch. It's kind of a cool car. I've made lots of videos on this, but I just want to know if I can commute in it. So let's jump inside and take a look at the data, the trip computer stuff. So it says it's 110 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Certainly is not. Now, I'm in hybrid mode, which does not let me drain the battery all the way. So I have to push this in, and when I switch it to pure, watch this. It'll go from 73 miles to 78 miles. And that's actually the exact same range that this car has charged to since the day I got it. So from at least that indication, it looks like it hasn't lost anything. Of course, batteries age, I'm sure it has, but it's hiding it somewhere. So we are charged completely to full based off this gauge on the right side. We're all the way up to 100%. And then I can click this little menu button and we can go to trip. Does it give us any like battery info? No, it's just MPG, gallons per hour. Huh. Wonder if I go, I've never like even cared enough to look too much. Driver performance will tell us trip information. So will it tell us watt hour per mile? It gives us this like stupid gauge of 600, it's kilowatt hours per mile. So that's 600 watt hour per mile, 300 watt hour per miles, but it doesn't actually give us a number. It just gives us the fuel consumption. This is infuriating. Okay, I guess we won't know our efficiency, but we'll just see if we can make it. So I'm going to put in the farm into nav, see how far away it thinks it is. And then there's home, calculating, thinking, and it says it's 70 miles on the nose. We'll get home at 5:40. There's no way it's going to take 2 hours to get home unless the road's closed. And it shows 78 miles of range. So I'm going to just drive it in pure. I am going to use eco climate control. I'm just going to drive normally because I want to know if I'm able to actually use this car commuting. And it's going to cycle the battery, so I probably won't do it all the time. But it would be nice to just be able to not have to burn fuel on my commute home. So let me buckle up, crank up the tunes, get the AC going, and then we'll be good to go. 70 miles. The temperature has increased back to 111. Let's turn auto climate on. 68, 72. We'll just go kind of a normal profile here. And I've got pilot assist that's going to do lane centering for me. I've got the best Bowers & Wilkins sound system that's going to absolutely rip, which actually could impact our efficiency. It gets that loud. It's like 1800 watts in this car. I can't remember, but it absolutely rips the sound system. And we're heading out of the track and heading home. Let's just cruise. I can also run drive or B mode. B mode gives me off throttle regen, but I actually don't really like the way it's tuned in this car, so I use the brake pedal. However, it will always use regen first and then transition to friction braking. But right here at 100% SOC, we get no regen, so I'm coasting through the gate, which is why I did that there, so that we get the most amount of efficiency. I also do that every day leaving the office, so try to be as representative as I can on my normal commuting style. So let's cruise. I'll meet you guys when we're cruising on the highway. Some of you East Coast EV drivers may recognize this station right here. This is the Halifax supercharger. Get zoomed in there. That's the 60 stall big boy supercharger here in North Carolina. Yeah, we live right up the road from there, which is super awesome. By live, I mean work at the track. Anyway, cruising at 75 miles an hour, not doing anything fancy. We are, still at probably 90% SOC, maybe 85%, somewhere in the region, and everything is going smoothly. Car is great sound system, easy to cruise. Pilot assist is like a 2 out of 10. It keeps messing up the lane lines, especially with the shadows and stuff. Even my iPhone's messing up focusing properly. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Come on, phone. There we go. Yeah, we're back on pilot assist, but it comes and goes. It's one of those cars you really gotta pay attention the whole time while driving, which is totally fine. That's the point of this car, is to just sit on the highway, munch miles, but kind of be mostly engaged in the process. I really just love cruising in the Polestar. It's such a neat vehicle. Super lucky to have this thing. I wanted to chat about EPA range. So the EPA range for this car was like 55 miles. WLTP was 70 something, maybe 72, 71, somewhere around there. And like you saw, my car consistently charges to 78 when full. We still have more. It's showing 62 miles of electric range and only 59 miles to go. We're also cruising at 75 here on the highway, but in about 5 miles, we duck off the highway and we actually just cruise at maybe 55, 60. So that should be kind of optimal conditions. It's 95 degrees Fahrenheit outside. AC's on at a very reasonable level in eco, and 55, 60 should kind of be the sweet spot for range in this car. We do have 2 electric motors on the rear axle. Both are capable of making 85 kilowatts each. They're sort of in one housing, but each feeds one of the motors. One of the wheels. It's a really cool electrical system, but we essentially are running with 2 motors, dual motor on one axle, which is not the most efficient electrical setup, but that's not the point of this car. It was just to be cool, not to be super efficient. And most of the time when I'm using the combustion engine, it's when I'm driving performance-y or even on a long trip, but I'm kind of booking along and I get pretty bad MPG. This thing's like never hitting 35. It's always like mid to high 20s realistically, and then if I'm in the mountains, it's like low teens. This thing just gets worked on track and in the mountains. But that's the point. I take care of it. I enjoy it. We have fun with it. And yeah, it's just a cool car. So yeah, we'll keep cruising. We'll pop off the highway here in about 3 miles and take some back roads. I'll maybe do 1 or 2 more check-ins. And at this point, I genuinely don't know if we will make it or not. I would say 50-50. I genuinely don't know. Uh-oh. Kind of looking like storms ahead, isn't it? As we're coming into the like one of 3 intersections I've got to go through to get home. But yep, we might be hitting some rain. So far, we're still tracking pretty good for the challenge, though. We've got a little bit of extra buffer here, so things are going well. Cruising along, using pilot assist on these straight back roads. We are showing 21 miles of electric range with 19 miles left to go to get home. So, dang, that'd be pretty sweet if this actually works out. I know I could just turn the combustion engine on and go, right? But something cool about knowing you can ride electric the whole way back and forth. Well, I guess I don't know about the other way, but there's almost zero elevation difference between the two. The only thing I would think is the highway probably pulls a little bit more juice than cruising here. A little bit more, let's just say. And it might voltage sag the pack at low SOC. So I might have a better chance of keeping it electric going this way than back to the office. But either way, yeah, I guess it's not my daily commuter, let's just say. But yeah, still cool, still fun. And yeah, no rain yet. So definitely getting cloudier, right? But no rain has hit the windshield yet. It has just started to rain as we're nearing home. We're 1 mile away from home and we have 2 miles of range. So this thing actually did it. That's pretty impressive. Considering it was mostly, initially highway cruising at 75 miles an hour and then cruising between 55 and 60 miles an hour on the back roads all the way over here. We did go a little bit slower than I probably would have, but we got kind of caught up in dense traffic. Other than that, though, yeah, it definitely can do it. I probably wouldn't be able to drive kind of if I was in a hurry. If I was moving to go between the two places, which I do from time to time, it probably, probably would not have made it in electric mode. Holy moly, what are all these geese doing all over the road? That's a lot of birds. We gotta come through, guys. Get out the way. I don't want to run you over. I gotta come through. Move. What are y'all doing on the road? I gotta come through. I'm sorry to ruin your day, but I gotta go. I gotta pee. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. This one's really taking a stance. There you go. Good job. And here we are pulling down the driveway with 1 mile of EV range remaining before it switches over to combustion. Nice work, Polestar. So now we can kind of calculate the efficiency we got based off of, basically using the full battery pack and the distance we went. We'll be in the ballpark at least. Let's go plug this thing in, do a little efficiency calc, because I'd be really curious. We have really been needing the rain down here at the farm, but the fields are coming back to green, so things are looking good. We've got the Mitsubishi iMu over here charging up. That's Scott's sort of barn golf cart situation. Farm car. And William's over here recovering from a shoulder leg issue. Oh, looks like Scott's car is on the charger. But if I do a little bit of off-roading, should be able to get the Polestar around. Yeah, we should make it. Hey, Leroy! And there we are, arrived. 1 mile of range remaining. We'll shut the Polestar off. And let's just take a look at our trip computer. Driver performance, it's somewhere in that seemingly like 450, 500 watt hour per mile. Yeah, I'd say it's like 2.5 miles per kilowatt hour if I had to guess. Let's do a little math. I do like that on the Gen 2 Rivians, I can see that this has reached 70% state of charge and is finished charging. And I can plug in the Polestar right there and get this juicing up off of my EVSE. Sweet, that worked out well. So doing the math on everything, if we assume roughly 70 miles, I mean, we had a little bit of buffer in there, but it's like 485 watt hour per mile is what my calculations show if I did 34 kilowatt hours and 70 miles. But we had a little bit left, 1 mile remaining, and I don't know if 34 kilowatt hours is the correct number. I think that is, and that's when new. So at least it feels like I'm getting everything out of the car from when new. My guess is it was like 2.2 miles per kilowatt hour. I think it's just a bit more efficient than I calculated. So let's just say 460, 470 watt hour per mile, somewhere around there. Not the most efficient car in electric mode. It's got big, thick summer tires on it. It's certainly not engineered to be a full EV, but hey, it's got the right size capacity almost exactly for my commute. Now that seems unlikely and very lucky. So shout out to the Polestar engineers for making this car the perfect range for what I need. It's charging up now, and I'm going to go inside. Thanks for watching. See you in another one again soon. Fun episode.